Welcome and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Anakin. I am a psychic tarot reader, and we're about to be getting into your tarot reading for today. So, without further ado, let's see what Spirit has to tell you today. Let's see. I got a whole bunch of cards here, so I'm just gonna see wherever my mind takes me and where Spirit takes me. We'll discern a message for you here today. So we have Saturn in reverse. Feeling restricted, experiencing struggle, learning hard work, and patience. Ooh, Saturn's out here. Okay, why is Saturn out here? Pisces, intimacy, intuition, and compassion. Okay, so Pisces energy, philosophical energy, loose energy, intimate energy, and Saturn. Saturn and Pisces do not mix well, so I feel like we have some water and oil. A water and oil situation. Okay, you got you and you got somebody who's feeling restricted. We got South Node, destined to release. Ooh. Okay, so you might be destined to release some struggle that you've been feeling for a minute here. You've been feeling restricted, and there's something that needs to be released here. What is it? What is it? Change. Yeah, you're changing. Okay, change in reverse though. You might be resisting change. Somebody's resisting change here. Okay, somebody is resisting change, and I feel like you're releasing this person, or you're destined to release this person. What is this? What situation is this? Exhaustion. You have somebody who's exhausting you, making you feel restricted, sort of putting you into a situation where you're struggling. Okay, but you've been sticking it out. You're a channel for divine healing. Yeah, you've been healing this person. Okay, you've been healing this person over a long period of time. Long period of time. Confidence in reverse. Yeah, they've taken away your confidence. They were talking to you in a certain way that would strip you of your confidence. They would make you feel restricted. They would make you feel like you're in a chokehold. Okay? And it's because every time you brought up a concern with this person, they would redirect it onto you. They would use Darva. They would defend. What is it? Darva. They would defend, attack, reverse. This is a master manipulator that we're talking about here. Okay? A master manipulator. And it seems like they've been in your life for a long time. Okay? I feel like you've recently... This might be a Pisces too, okay? This is a Pisces in your energy who is fucking making you feel like shit for some reason. Like, they really wanted you to they wanted to make you feel like shit. They wanted to manipulate you into feeling bad about yourself because they feel bad about themselves and they're jealous of the things that you have. Or no, they're not jealous of the things that you have. They're jealous of you because you're able to walk in your truth, and they were never able to do that. They still lie to themselves. They're still in denial about things that they've been doing. Like, they cannot be honest with themselves, and they see you, and you're honest with yourself. And so they just wanted to attack you, okay? What is this? Time, growth. Time and growth. Huh. Over time, growth is in reverse here. They wanted to take away your confidence over time. They wanted to chip away at you slowly chip away at you until there was nothing left. But here's the thing. It's almost like you've silenced this person. Quiet time, Sige. You've told this person that you've either stopped talking to them or you've limited access to them. And because you've limited access, they've completely, it's been reversed on them. Okay? All of this energy that they were sending you for the time that they've been sending it to you, it's been reversed. Because you were a channel for divine healing power. You always had their best interest in mind. But the entire time that you were trying to help them, heal them, they were trying to hold you down, restrict you, make you feel exhausted, take your energy and take your confidence away from you. It's like you were trying to help them, but they didn't even like that you were trying to help them because it made them feel like they couldn't help themselves. It's like they were so jealous of you. Okay, High Priestess is out here. So you're learning truths. These are hidden truths being revealed to you. You're seeing beyond the veil. This is somebody who raised you or was very close to you for a long period of time. They never really gave a shit about you. Okay? And like they never cared about you. And they would pretend to care about you. They would pretend to be on your side simply to strip you of your confidence. They would wait for the moment that you felt most uplifted, most open. They would wait for you to open up to them, and in that moment they would completely destroy you with their words. Okay? And this was strategized. Okay? They did not know that they were doing this. This person is a master manipulator who knows what they're doing. They know that they're misdirecting the energy. They know that they're redirecting it at you. They know that they're projecting, but they don't care. They don't care about you. They don't care about anybody. All they care about is themselves. And it seems like they don't even care about themselves. They hate themselves. And because they hate themselves, they hate you. And they hate you because you love yourself, and they just can't stand seeing that. Saturn and Pisces energy. I feel like you're a more Saturn energy. You have discipline. Okay? You're structured, you're fatherly. Even if you are a woman, you're fatherly. You would discipline this person. You would tell them, "Hey, this is not what leaders do. This is not what healers do." And they wouldn't listen to you. In fact, they would every time you brought up something to them, they would try to, again, I'm just getting this energy of flipping things on you, blame shifting. They would just shift the blame, shift the focus, shift the attention back onto you over and over and over again. And they won't stop, and they will never stop. And you're realizing that, okay? Yeah, Five of Wands in reverse. They just can't stop comparing themselves to other people. And you, because of how connected you are to them, you're like in the spotlight, okay? You're an amazing being. You're highly intuitive, actually psychic. This person pretends to be psychic. You're actually psychic. You pick up on their actual energy. You read their unconscious. They want to do that, but they can't because they hate themselves. Okay? They hate themselves, and they hate everybody around them because they hate themselves. The Magician upright. Yeah, you are being put in your power. Okay? You've taken your power back, or you're about to, from this person. They have sapped a whole bunch of energy from you, and it's coming back to you tenfold. Like all of the energy, yeah, psychic energy here. They've been sending you psychic messages. They've been sending you psychic limits, and all of the limits that they've imposed on you psychically are getting imposed on them now. The cycle is changing. Okay? Karmic path. Yeah, they're about to realize their karma. They're about to really see, how they've affected you. And I feel like they've affected you for a decade. Maybe even 15 years they've been affecting you in this way. Or they've affected you in this way your entire lifetime. So let's say you're 25 years old. Let's say you're 30 years old. They're about to endure 30 times 10 years of karma. So 300 years. They have to go through lifetimes of karma to clean up the karma that they imbued into themselves by making you feel bad about yourself. You are an earth angel. You came here as the eyes of God. You came here to heal this earth, okay? And so you bore witness, and they had an opportunity. The opportunity that they had was you, okay? You being brought here on this earth was their opportunity to heal themselves, was their opportunity to find the path of light, the path of justice. But they chose the dark path. They chose the left path. And because they chose the left path and affected you, and they had opportunity after opportunity after opportunity, because you gave them the benefit of the doubt. You wanted them to change. You saw their purity. You saw that they could do what they needed to do. You saw that they could lift themselves out of the karmic trench that they put themselves in. Okay? You saw that. And yet, after all the times that you tried to help them, after all of the things that you've said to them, they still want to be disrespectful. They still want to shun you. They still want to make you feel like less than them. They still want to put themselves on a pedestal. They still want to be on their high horse that they don't deserve because they've never healed anybody. Okay? All they've done is create more and more and more karmic debt for themselves. And they're going to have to repay that. Okay? Okay, talk to me more about this high priestess who you are. Okay, stress. You're seeing how they would purposefully cause you stress. They would purposely stress you out, especially when you would start new things. Okay? And this went under your radar for years. You would start a new project and you'd be doing it, you'd be talking to them about it because you trusted them. This is like a mother or a father. You trusted them with your ideas. You trusted them with the things that you were doing. And they would go behind your back. They would create problems. They would make it so that you felt like you needed to be in survival mode so that you could not keep on going with the project that you were working on. And this was intentional, okay? They were conscious of this. And they did it on purpose. And like, it's one thing to do it unconsciously. It's one thing to operate out of your shadow. Like, you don't know what you're doing. But this person knows what they're doing. And that's the thing. They're going to imbue a lot more karmic debt because they know what they're doing. Okay. So you're being sent out. You're being sent away from this person. Okay? Why are you being sent away from this person? Protection. You're being sent away as a means of protection. Okay? Spirit is taking you on an adventure, and it's to protect you from this person, from their energy. And I feel like their energy, even if you're not in the vicinity of this person, their energy affects you. Okay? So we need to do a cord cutting or something like that. How can we get this energy out of the field? New moon. Start over. Yeah, start over. Go on an adventure. The adventure is going to protect you. The new start, the new beginning is coming in. And what does this new beginning look like, goddesses? It looks like a focused intention. Diana is here. It looks like, what does it look like here? A time to give rather than to take. It looks like, and this is in reverse, so I feel like the universe is giving to you rather than taking from you now. Okay? Because you've gone through years of things being taken from you, of your ideas being stolen from you, of the work and the projects that you've worked on being, this person sort of took the credit from you. Okay? It's like you gave them an idea and then the next morning they woke up with the same idea and they didn't even give you any credit for it. They just went with it as their own idea. Okay? As their own idea. And they might stroke your ego for a little bit, but it's only to open you up so that they could demolish you. Okay? So that they could tear into you. Balance. Take everyone's input into consideration. Take your time. There's no need to rush. Okay? Merge viewpoints to create a better solution. You're coming back into balance. You're coming back into balance because you're releasing this person once and for all. I feel like you've released this person over and over again, but they just kept on creeping back into your energy. And it's been hard. It's been difficult to really fully cut the cord. And I don't know why it's difficult. It's probably because of the societal relationship that you have with them. Like maybe it's your mom, okay? Maybe it's your uncle or your aunt or somebody really, really close to you. But it doesn't matter how close they are to you. They really don't like you, okay? They really don't like you. And it's because of how great you are. And like you're like a mirror for them. You show them how vile, putrid, and disgusting that they are. But the thing is, you don't care. You don't care if somebody's vile and disgusting. You have your own parts of you that are vile and disgusting, and you love those parts of you. You've accepted those parts of you. And the thing is, you had no bad intentions when you were talking to this person. You were just pointing out what was going on. You did not want to be attacked by this person. So I feel like you almost lied to yourself for years about this, wanting them to be better than they are, but they aren't. They aren't that, and they never will be that. And I feel like just recently I feel like there's been some sort of contact where you've realized they're never going to change. It could be 40 years from now and they'll be the same exact as they are because they're unwilling to process their emotions. And so they're operating out of survival. They're operating out of I don't even know what their motive is. Like, what would their motive be? Just to put you down so that they feel better about themselves? Like, and what kind of motive is that? What are they even on? I don't know. Like, why? Why are they like this, Spirit? Why are they like this, Spirit? Open up to feel. Okay. Okay, someone else's emotional experience. It's safe, healthy, and healing to absorb in a balanced way. Bond with others and the world. They've never been opened up to feel. They've never had a real bond. And when they have had a real bond, I think it was with you. Okay? You showed them what a real bond, a real emotional connection was. And they squandered it. They really, really squandered it. And now that they squandered it, they are getting their karma. And you, because you've released this person, because you're ready to like actually, like for once and for all, say, I'm done. It's done. I'm walking away. Because you've said that, you're getting blessings on blessings on blessings. All of the karmic debt that they acquired, you were also acquiring karmic debt, but it wasn't negative karmic debt. You were acquiring positive karmic debt, karma that you're owed. Okay? Almost like once you return to the dharmic path, you're going to get blessed and blessed and blessed and blessed and blessed and blessed and blessed. And there's nothing that will stand in the way of that. The only thing standing in the way of that prior to this was your connection to this person. It's like the final piece of the puzzle that you have to solve. Okay. 3 of Wands in reverse. Yeah, they really took you away from your enterprising. Okay? They would help you. They would like, it's almost like I feel like they would convince you that spirit was with them. Okay? This person is very manipulative. They almost like took you away from spirit and almost convinced you to listen to them. Okay? So maybe a little bit of a Stockholm energy, Stockholm syndrome. They had you like trapped. They had you stuck. There was nowhere for you to go. And if you tried to leave, you were severely punished. Okay? Or if you tried to talk back to this person, you were severely punished. If you tried to better this person, get one over on this person, if you tried to develop yourself, you were severely punished. So there's this energy lingering with you of sort of procrastination, laziness, because you're feeling them. You feel like there's this fear inside of you to better yourself, to improve, to develop. Because if you were to develop in front of this person growing up, if you were to improve, they would shut you down. Soon as your wings came out, they would clip those motherfuckers. And they would have no remorse. Okay? None at all. They knew what they were doing. They knew you could fly. They couldn't fly. Okay? Their wings had withered. They've lost connection to their wings, and they saw your wings. And so because they couldn't fly and they wanted you listening to them, they would clip you. And they convinced you that clipping your wings was good. This is just the routine. This is just the routine. This is what we do. This is how you maintain your energy. This is what spirit wants. That's what they would tell you. But it was all manipulation. Okay? And now I'm seeing you're letting your wings grow, but don't let this person in. You're being asked to protect yourself. Hold on to your energy. Okay? Get connected with spirit and ask spirit for protection against this person. You, in your mind, at this point, you've already decided that you're going to let this person go for good, and there's no hope for them. Okay? There is none. Absolutely none. They're going to try to come back in and convince you that they've changed. They're going to try to come back in and convince you that they're changing and learning. But I'm telling you, it won't happen. That's not who this person is. Okay? They are the person who will literally, they will clip your wings over and over and over and over again as long as you let them. And they don't care. They know what they're doing. Okay? It just makes them feel a little bit better about themselves momentarily. And they will feed off of that better feeling as much as they can for the rest of their life. There's no changing this person, okay? And if they are to change, the only thing that could possibly change them is spirit, okay? So it's not your work anyways. It was never your work to help this person. It was never your responsibility to heal this person. And yet I feel like they tried to make it your responsibility. They made it your responsibility to take care of them in the practical world. They made it your responsibility to take care of them in the spiritual world. They made it your responsibility to hold their emotions, hold emotional space for them. And on top of that, they didn't even do any of that for you, even though they're the parent and you're the child. So you had to parent them. And they wouldn't even allow you to feel soft or to feel your emotions in front of them. They would just disregard you. They would flip it. And while like you would go to them crying and all of a sudden they're crying to you and you have to comfort them. It's like, and you're only a kid. Like, how does that work? How does that work, guys? How does that work? Why is that okay? It's not okay. It's never okay. And so they have, I'm hearing 300. They have 300 years of karmic debt. Okay, so 3 lifetimes, maybe even 4 lifetimes of karmic debt that they've acquired from you. Okay, and it's not your job to go give them more and more and more karma. It's your job to walk away so that you can realize how worthy you are. Okay, and I feel like you're unlocking gifts. You're unlocking gifts that have to do with your existence. You're breaking through the mold. Okay? This is a huge breakthrough for you. Because I feel like in the past it's been like it's been all about helping others. It's been all about, holding emotional space for other people. And this is what they had trained you to do. But through your relationships and through the experiences that you've had, you've learned that this is not the case. You're only responsible for you, for your practical world, for your emotional weight, for your feelings. You're not responsible for anybody else. And you don't have to console people. You don't have to regulate other people. Okay? It's not your responsibility. Yeah, if you're in a relationship and you feel up to it, okay, co-regulation is there. But not before they regulate themselves and you regulate yourself. And so I feel like you're learning that this master manipulator was taking over your life. And I'm so happy that you've broken through this. Like you've broken through. You're breaking through. Postponement. New vision. Okay, so while you're going through this breakthrough, they want you to pause. Okay, pause. Take a second. You just broke through the mold. So they want you to milk it. Get used to being outside of that mold. Be okay with just chilling, relaxing. Your vision, that plan that you have for the future, those plans, all of those plans are going to come to the surface and you're going to feel that inspiration. Okay, you might even be feeling it right now to do the things that you weren't able to do with this person in your life. The things that they prevented you from doing. The things that, they sort of shamed you for. The personal development that they shamed you for. How does that work? What kind of parent goes to their kid and shames them for developing themselves just because that parent isn't developing herself or himself? What kind of parent does that? That's not a parent. That's an enemy. And what sucks is you were a kid. You were just a kid. You didn't know any better. You didn't know that this was your enemy. You thought that this was your mom or your dad. Okay? But they never saw you as a child. They never saw you as their child. They never connected those dots. Maybe they did for a minute. Maybe they did for a moment, but they always treated you like less than them. Okay? They saw you as a servant, not as a kid. They saw you as a slave, their slave, to do their bidding with their life. Even after you became an adult, I feel like they had trained you into being their slave, being their servant, doing for them what you won't even do for yourself, because if you do it for yourself, they will shame you. Okay? Really, really terrible person that this is. Really, really terrible person, whoever this is. Align with a mentor. Yeah, maybe seeking guidance from a person who you can trust, okay? So finding somebody that you can trust that will give you guidance in this area. Maybe even guidance with your new vision, okay? Let's move on. Like, you're dropping this person. Is there any other messages that Spirit has about this person? Boundaries. Okay, so the Spirit wants me to remind you that you attracted this person into your life. You know, there's a reason why you grew up with this energy, okay? It's because now you're super fortified. Nobody can get into your energy. Even if they're a master manipulator, you see right through it. You have the ability to see right through master manipulation. And the thing is, you're not intimidated anymore. Nobody can intimidate you because this person, they can't even intimidate you. And they were your biggest monster. They were the biggest enemy that you've had. They were the monster under your bed for all of your childhood. And you have outshone them. You have outclassed them. And it's not even in the way of you hate them. You don't even hate them. I can tell. I can feel your energy. You still love them. You still have a space in your heart for them. But you're just cutting them off. This is boundaries. They taught you so much. And I know you know that. I know you're still even giving them that benefit of the doubt, that they taught you lessons that created the boundaries that you have now that will support you for the rest of your life and the rest of your life, other lives. And you're giving them that benefit of the doubt. But here's the thing, they're never going to change at all. And one of the biggest lessons with them is to walk away. And that's what you have to do. You got to walk away. Never go back. Set your boundaries and set them firm. Okay? Never go back. Never turn back. You've broken through. You're in a new timeline. You don't need this person ever. Okay? And here's the thing. They were going after your friends. They were going after your affluence. They were trying to take your money. They were trying to take your friends. They would feed your friends lies. You wonder why your friends would start treating you differently randomly in your childhood and even into your adulthood? It's because this person would feed them lies about you. Okay? They straight up sabotaged your money. They straight up sabotaged your friendships. And their karma is that they're going to get sabotaged for the next 300. And you're getting tenfold back what they took from you and what they sabotaged out of you. You're getting it tenfold back. And it's coming very, very soon. In fact, Spirit, when is it coming in? When? Spirit doesn't like that question. Okay, so talk to me about this affluence. I'm telling you. Satisfaction, fulfillment, 10 of cups. This is exactly what you're getting. You know, you grew up without space. You grew up invaded upon. You grew up in this Stockholmy energy. And look you're getting space. You're getting fulfillment. You're getting play. You're getting the 10 cups and the rainbow. Everything that you want. Everything that you desire. And that you have desired for years and years and years. It's like you're at the point. You're this type of person where you're vibrationally there and you're just able to always go up to that high vibration. But this person was the one thing pulling you down, pulling you down, pulling you down, pulling you down. And you, because you had so much compassion in your heart and you wanted to heal this person, you would allow them to pull you down so that you could try to bring them up. But that's not how you do it. You have to stay where you're at. And it doesn't matter if they come up with you or not. It's not your responsibility. It's theirs. And I feel like that's the generational curse that they gave you. Feeling responsibility when it's not yours. When you feel responsibility for a partner, for a friend, for anybody, know that you are right then and there creating a codependent situation. Okay? So never feel responsible and never feel guilty for the things that you've done or are doing. You don't have to feel guilty. Here's the thing. You're going to manifest what you're going to manifest based on your vibrational frequency. They are going to manifest what they're going to manifest based on their vibrational frequency. Nothing that you say or do, okay, is going to influence them to change their frequency. Yeah, if they ask you questions and they're open and ready to receive the answer, that could give them words, okay, and maybe those words maybe bring them a little bit more into alignment, but it's on them. They have to do the work. You cannot do the work for them. And if you do the work for them, they'll just drop right back down. They'll just forget what you told them. They'll just go right back into those old behaviors. They have to want it. Okay? They have to want it. And so here's the thing. As much as you want to teach others around you, as much as, and this is what this person gave you. They gave you this need, this want, this desire to teach others around you, to uplift others around you. And while that's a good thing, there's a certain way to go about it. You have to allow people to come to you. You have to allow questions to come to you so that you can give answers, and then only answer the question that has been asked. Even though you have this breadth of knowledge, you have infinite access to infinite wisdom, you have to just go by what the questions that are given to you. Because the question that's given to you is the only answer that they are willing and open to and ready to receive at that time. If you go any further, they're not ready to receive that. And you're basically trying to do the work for them. Okay? And so that's what Spirit really wants you to get out of this. Set your boundaries when it comes to responsibility. You're not responsible for anybody. You are your own unit, and you do what you want to do. Okay? You're your own unit. You do what you want to do. You heal yourself. You don't worry about anybody else. You don't worry about feeding anybody. You don't worry about emotionally regulating anybody. If somebody's mad, you don't try to make them better. If they're sad, you don't try to make them better. You just witness it. You just observe. And if it's affecting your mood, you walk away. That's it. Okay? 3 of Swords in reverse. This person is so heartbroken. They are heartbroken. Okay, they're heartbroken, but listen, not only are they heartbroken, but you have been heartbroken by them. Like they're all in their feelings that you don't want to talk to them, but dude, the shit that they did to you, they literally plunged swords into your back, into your heart, when your heart was the most open that it could possibly have been in your childhood. And now they're like sitting over there crying in the corner about it. It's like, dude, why would you do that to somebody and then expect them to treat you any other way? And see, the swords that are getting lodged in their heart are the same swords that are getting taken out of yours, because you're realizing it's not my deal. It's not my problem. Yeah, you might have birthed me, fine, but that's it. You didn't do shit for me other than that. You just fucking shit on me my whole entire life, and you want me to take care of you because I just came out of your body. Nah. I'm spirit. Spirit's my mom. Spirit's my dad. That's it. I ain't gonna play this game with you. I ain't gonna play it. Spirit doesn't want me to play it. Control. You're coming back into control. Adventure. Where's this adventure that they want you to go on? What's this adventure? Spirit's been talking about this. Spirit wants you to take this adventure because there's some sort of protection you're gonna get from it. Falling into love suddenly. Being swept off your feet. The need to stay grounded during a very emotional experience. Wow. So you're experiencing a lot of different emotions from this. And part of it is, you know, there's this captivating romantic energy coming from you because it's like magnetic. Because as soon as you're ready to repel that which doesn't serve you, you become a magnet. You're attracting the things you like and you're repelling the things you don't like. You're magnetized. You're magnetized, baby. That's what it is. And I feel like you're writing your wishes. Your wishes are going to come true. Especially on this adventure that you're going on. The adventure is this. Follow your heart. Do the things that make your heart sing. Okay? And if your heart feels like doing it, do it. Endings and beginnings. The old must be released so that the new can enter. You have big stuff coming in, guys. Big stuff. And if you're second guessing releasing this person, Spirit's like, yo, you got to let them go. You don't got to. I mean, you can take as long as you want. You can take 50 years. But you're young. It's time to let it go. It's time to do it now. Okay? It's time to do it right now. Because we got some serious mother effing good stuff coming for you. And it's all about to come all at once. You're getting a windfall of stuff. A windfall of the wishes that you've had. The dreams that you had as a child. I mean, I feel like you're already realizing some of it partially. But that's because you're partially holding on to this person, or you have been. And so once you let go, it's a big breakthrough. Okay? Look at the big picture here. Okay? Look at the big picture. You've been here multiple times. You don't need to be so caught up in the drama of this vessel and where you were birthed, the vessel that birthed you. It doesn't matter. You've had hundreds of vessels that have birthed you on this plane of existence. And each and every one of them served its purpose. And this vessel served its purpose already. There's nothing else for you to get from there. Nothing else will come from that. Okay? Nothing at all. I'm emphasizing that over and over again. Okay? Nothing. Individuality, self-image, and approach to life. House 1. You are literally separating yourself from other. And that's a great thing. You're becoming an authentic version of yourself by separating yourself, okay? The ego is separate. And so you are playing into that for yourself. You are understanding that is the personality that you want to live in. The personal reality that you want to live in is determined by you. You get to make that up. And what that means is the things that other people tell you you're no longer listening to them. And because like you're so strong in this, because this master manipulator literally, like every single type of manipulation tactic, dark psychology tactic, they used it all on you. When you were 8 years old, when you were 12 years old, they were using dark manipulation tactics on you, okay? Dark manipulation tactics. Extremely, like, intricate manipulations. Hard to see through. And yet, through the years, you learned extensively how to see through these manipulations. So at this point, you ain't no way anybody nobody is going to be able to do anything to you manipulative wise. Nobody's going to be able to walk all over you. It's impossible. You see through it too quickly. You can clock them before you even talk to them. You clock them. That's a manipulator. How do you know, Anakin? How do you know? How do you know? Like, how do you know? I just know. That's what you say. You just know. And people are like, well, this person is good over here, and they like, no, I know. And so the people who play into the manipulation, 3 months later, they're like, oh my gosh, that person was terrible. Told you so. Told you so. I know. Shit. But that's the thing. You're not responsible for the people who play into the manipulations. You're not responsible for telling them that that's a manipulator. They got to learn that on their own. And you got to learn that. Okay? You got to learn that. People got to learn on their own. Words don't teach people. They don't. You could talk to them all day till you're blue in the face. You could tell them, spirit's here, and spirit's this, and this is why, and here's what they said, and this is what... But they're not going to get it until they feel hurt by the manipulator. So don't even try. Yes, protect the people you love, but come on. People got to be able to protect themselves too. And you want to surround yourself with people who understand how to protect their own energy so that you're not feeling codependent, so that you're not feeling like they're depending on you to protect them. You got to surround yourself with people who can do that for themselves. Okay? Who can provide for themselves, who can take responsibility for themselves, for their emotions. That's who you want to be around. And anybody else you need to tell them to hit the hay, okay? Because part of this person is you understand manipulation. Another part of it is they drilled into you to take responsibility for others. They drilled that into you. It's so ingrained in you to want to help others. But that's a people-pleasing tendency, and you gotta stop it. It's gonna help others way more if you quiet down, if you just remain silent, if you lead by example. It's gonna help so many people. It's gonna help them way more. And here's the thing: you're a healer, okay? You heal people by interrupting the pattern, okay? You heal people by interrupting the pattern. I'm gonna get into this right now, okay? You're a healer. You came here to heal. And this is sort of going off in another direction, but I got this download yesterday, and so I want to put it out there. As a healer, your job is not to get people out of situations. Your job is not to tell people that they're being siphoned. That's not your job. Your job is to set the example and to break the pattern. If somebody is thinking negative thoughts about you, you're a healer. You're not going to think negative thoughts about them. You're not going to return to sender. You're not going to evil eye them back. Then you're just them. You're just as bad as them. No, you're a healer. You're a leader. So when they send you negative energy, what do you send them? You send them positive energy. And they never experienced that. People have never experienced that. They don't see that ever. People, all they grew up with is hate, is hate, negative. If I give negative energy to people, they give it right back. That's all they grew up with. And so people are in these patterns and cycles living over and over and over again. Cycle. And the reason why you're a healer is because you come in and they treat you negatively and you give them positive energy. And they just don't know what to do with that. Their whole body lights up. They just go through they go through massive change after you come in. Massive. And it's because you're interrupting the pattern. 90, the collective consciousness, like, come on. A lot of them have just never seen that. They call you an asshole. You say, hey, you're amazing. Thank you for what you do. What? What? I just called you an asshole. What? And maybe they'll still react in that moment. But when they go to sleep at night, they'll be thinking about that. And when they wake up in the morning, they'll be thinking about that. They'll be thinking about you. And that's the healing right there. How did they do that? What do they actually, are they that, or what happened there? And maybe their ego, maybe they'll be in their ego for a few days and like, well, that person is just enough. But it doesn't matter if they get healed. You don't care about that. Yet again, don't take responsibility for that. You're interrupting the pattern. That's your only work. Once you do that, you can walk away. You don't got to worry about if they take that as healing or not. You're the healer. You're the leader. Set the example, be who you are, and move the fuck on. That's all it is. That's all you got to do. People sending you negative energy, people insulting you, talking behind your back, you're talking them up. Going right up to their face saying, hey, you're a great manager. You're a great person. I love you. I mean, not so forthright like that, but interrupting the pattern. That's what healers do. That's what leaders do. And that's what you are. So the next time you feel negative energy or you feel evil eye, you send them right back, not evil eye, not negative energy. You send them healing. Say, you're a great person. And then you let it go. You let it go. You stop figuring it out. You don't take responsibility for they heal or not. And the ones that keep on coming to you but don't get healed, the ones that just want that good energy from you, and this is where your boundaries come in, right? And this is what this person did to you. You're a healer, so you're going to always give that positive energy back. Even if you receive negative, you're going to give that positive back. And so there will be the people who come to you for that supply. Okay? The people who don't change. You have to set a boundary. Okay? Maybe once, maybe twice. You decide, but not 3 times. You don't let people do it 3 times, okay? Don't let them create that pattern of coming to you for that supply. You give them healing 1 time. They come back, you give them it to them again. They come back, you set your boundaries. You walk away. No, sorry, bye. Gave you what I needed to give you. No hard feelings, just cut it off. No supply for you. Ignore. That's it. Okay, that's how you heal. Because if they're going to try to come after you again and again without changing, you got to lead them in another way. You got to lead them by walking away. Okay? Okay, anything else, Spirit? Spiritual cleansing in reverse, protection in reverse, and new moon. Revealed growth. Okay, so there's growing that you're doing that you're not aware of. You're growing in ways that you're not even aware of right now, and you're being protected and cleansed in ways that you're not aware of. Okay, and it all has to do with the new moon cycle. So we just experienced the Libra full moon. Probably a lot of releasing and stuff happening there. By the time that this new moon is here, you will be cleansed, you will be protected. This veil will be off of your eyes, but you just have to trust it. Trust the process here, guys, because it's going to take some time. You built this all up over a long period of time. It's only going to take a moon cycle. Like, that's not that much time. Come on, it's only like 2 weeks. But allow it in. Okay, allow it in. Know that it's happening. Have confidence in spirit. Have confidence that you're just going down the path, the dharmic path that you need to be on. Okay? Any other messages here? We have house 4, cultural and family roots, home, peace, and comfort. You're creating your own sense of family. You're creating your own life. You're creating your own legacy. And it has nothing to do with this past Stockholmy energy. 2 of Wands in reverse. Okay, indecision maybe. Okay, feeling trapped between intellectual and emotional decisions. About what? About what? What are they feeling trapped about? Oh, there it is. 2 of coins. So there's this like back and forth motion that you're doing, this wishy-washy energy. I think it has to do with home, where you're going. Where you're going. Where are you going? What is this two of destiny? Ooh, they're saying let it go. They're saying let it go. Drop it. You know, you're trying to figure it out. You're trying to put the pieces all together. And maybe that's what maybe like you want to make sure and you want to, put all your ducks in a row. But Spirit's like, dude, we have a destiny for you. We got you locked in. We know where you're going. You just got to trust us. We're cleaning stuff up right now. It's not the time to start making new plans while you're getting cleaned up. It's time to just rest, relax, and allow the energy to materialize and dematerialize. Allow it to transmute itself. Okay? It's not the time to make any decisions, because the decisions that you make or the things that you try to do right now are going to have that wishy-washy energy of being on the fence, like we talked about yesterday. And what you're doing is you're transitioning to the other side, right? You're transitioning out of that. And so in the transitionary period, it's best if you just allow, okay? You retreat back into your own energy. Stay alone, okay? Stay alone. Do things alone. Feel your emotions. A time to give rather than to take. Your hard work is paying off and luck is on your side, okay? Good things are coming. You just have to be patient. You must be patient, okay? I'm hearing you must be patient. Take some quiet time alone to rest, meditate, and contemplate. Yes. Okay. I feel like that's good. Okay, I want you to do this meditation. Think about everything that we talked about. Take some quiet time alone to rest. Understand that you're healing and that this is the healing process. This is what it did. This is what it is. This is what it takes, okay? Thank you guys for showing up. Namaste. Readings down below in the description. We're just making it happen, guys. We are making it happen. We're getting it done. We're healers. We're leaders. I love it. I love it. And if you guys have any questions about leading, healing, being a healer in society, dealing with energies, energy vampires, how to deal with certain situations as a healer, let me know in the comments, guys, because I've been on this path for a long time. And every environment that I go into, it's always something different. It's always a new environment. It's always a new lesson. And I love learning the lessons. And that's what we're doing here. We're here to learn lessons. We're here to lead. We're here to be the change that we want to see in the world. And how do we do that? We don't take that energy and push it back out. We transmute that shit and we give back positive energy, okay? All right, bye-bye, guys. Namaste.